It don't look right, he says. He's not happy, he says. He's only done a single wrap instead of a double wrap, he says. I'm an idiot. Right, folks. Welcome to the shed. For those of you that don't know, my name is Chris, and this is Llewellyn Shed. And here we make things like rings out of wood. And that's what we're doing today, except you've seen the thumbnail. We're making a bit more ambitious project than just a wooden ring. In fact, this is going to be my most ambitious and complicated ring to date. I'm hoping to make something beautiful enough to give it to my wife as one of her Christmas presents. And so a lot of stuff going on here. I'm a little nervous. This is a lot to do. But let's crack on and see how it goes. Come on in. Alright, well, we just go through the regular process here, guys. I'm making a wooden ring blank, marking it up, then we drill it through, and then we sand it out. You know how we do. Back with you in a sec. All I'm doing now on this part is I'm just starting to clean up the outside. I leave it very thick and wide for quite a while. As you'll see, this is just to get it started. Right, we've drilled the hole and we've roughed out the outside. The outside is much wider than it needs to be, obviously, because I want this central core to be not much more than 1 millimeter wide. So that means I'm not going to have time to maneuver once I start laying everything on top. The inside has to be perfect. So I'm going to spend quite a bit of time now with some teeny bits of sandpaper. And I'm going to finish taking that up to outer size, and I'm going to get the inner rounded off. As far as that going on your finger, by the time I'm done with this, the inside will be finished. All but all of the CA glue finishing on top. So, things from 180 now. We've worked it down. I don't know how well you can see there. That's Q, just so you know. We're just outside of the P that we're aiming for. I thought it was an R, but it's a P. So what I'll do now, oh sorry, I've also thinned it up. We were working on about 11 mil. I've taken it down now. It's 9 mil wide, and that's what we're aiming for. I've touched the outside, but I haven't done anything to it. So what I'll do now is I'll probably start with about some 600, and I'll skip grits up to about 1500 on the inside, because the higher grit you get, the grain on this once you oil it up is, oh, it's gorgeous. And then we'll slap a little bit of CA glue on there to protect it. Then we start thinning this thing down. Whew. Hoping that CA glue will hold it together as well, because once this gets really thin, I'm imagining that's going to be interesting. Well, let's go see if it blows up in my face, shall we? This bit's obviously self-explanatory. I start thinning her up using the rotary tool sanding drums. I then switch over to a small sanding board, and then we finish it up by literally fingertips. The thinner it gets, the more nervous I get. So we get there in the end. Well, good morning, folks. It's the next day. Now, as you will have seen, we whittled this bad boy down just at around 1.5 mil. I daren't go any thinner. But yesterday what we also did is we went ahead and we cut the veneer. And of course, after steaming it, we wrapped it around the socket. So, what we now have, if I can get the tape off, it's stuck to itself somehow. There it is. We now have a nice bit of veneer. Well, it's more self-explanatory bits here. I put some glue on the veneer. Then I put the veneer onto the core. Not a whole lot to say about that. I managed to make a bit of a mess of it, but it comes out okay in the end. It don't look right, he says. He's not happy, he says. He's only done a single wrap instead of a double wrap, he says. I'm an idiot. So I had to completely redo the veneer. That's a completely different piece there now than you saw me working with originally. And now all I'm doing is I'm cutting up some tape so I can cover that veneer up while I lay the coal in, because as always I don't want that coal running into the veneer, and likewise I don't want to get excess glue along the edge mixed in with coal. It's just a whole lot of mess to try and clean up. I just keep going layer by layer, building it up until I get to the thickness I want. Then we start sanding off. Now with the sand in here in a second, what you see is I've left the tape on, and my idea was the coal's up, proud. I sand the coal down, and about the time it gets level with the tape is about the time the tape starts getting rubbed off right next to it, so I know I'm where I need to be. Now what I'm doing is I'm filling in those little pits, those little cavities that you usually see in my coal inlays. Because in normal driftwood rings, the coal having little cavities in it looks natural. It looks like it should. But on this ring, I wanted this to be as smooth and, you know, almost glass-like, if you get my drift. So I spent quite a bit of time making sure I got every teeny tiny little one filled in.
Not much point in doing it now, as you'll see later on, but hey. Don't know what to tell you about here. We gouge a channel for the wire. Yep, that's what we do.
I managed to jump ahead without you, sorry guys. We gouged her in, took a bit of sandpaper, tidy her up. And I've already started with the wire. Forgot to record, sorry. All I've done is I found my starting spot. I've wrapped her around. I've cut the excess off. We're filing the edges flat. I am just fine tuning now to get it laid in. Ah, you bugger. Well, I made that difficult, didn't I? In hindsight, I should have just tried to do half of, then run that glue around and done the rest of it. But I didn't. Instead, I made a big old mess. And I think up here, the wire's in fine, but I don't think I got it set all the way into the channel. And my dog's barking now. Because I've got... Well, no. There's a little gap. Tiny little thing, less than half a mil, but still. But I'm not too sure about undoing all this now, so we're going to crack on. So I'm going to give it a sanding over, bring all of the silver down, even with the wood and the coal. I'm going to put a taper or a bevel on this outside here. And I think we'll be looking at trying to finish this thing then. So far, so good.
Like Indira, Feroz was also well educated and involved in the independent.
Right, we have done it. No, we haven't. I'll throw it still up real quick. Alright, you can see there that sanding that down, I've managed to get a big old fat groove in places in the coal up against the silver. So I'm going to have to fill that in because it looks horrible. You can see in stills. I won't bore you with that because it's more of the same. So I will come back to you when all of that is done. And we are ready to actually finish this bad boy. Alright folks, so I managed to jump ahead without you here. As you can see, we've gone ahead and we've done most of the finish. Still got another coat or two to put on the outside. Then we're on to sanding up and final polishing. We're done. It's been a trip to get to this part though. So let me crack on with that then.
I'll show you a quick clip here of me adding layers and sanding through as I'm going. Unfortunately, something happened to the final clip of me actually polishing it up properly. I don't know, it got corrupted somehow and so it didn't work. So I'll entertain you with this struggle to open the glue and apply a little bit more. And then I think we'll just kick straight over to some stills of the finished product. Appreciate this wasn't the best video you'll ever see on YouTube, guys, but if you liked it at all, if you're into wooden ring making or any such thing, please drop it a like, give us a subscribe, and if you really want to, don't be afraid to share it with your mates. Say, hey, I found this old idiot, look what he can do. So here's the finished product. I hope you enjoy it, guys, and until the next time, take care of yourself. Cheers.